model questions, using questions elegantly to gain an insight into the client's map of the world, internal map. Meta model questions can be used as a powerful tool to restore deletions, unravel generalizations and replace distortions, thereby reconnecting with someone at a deep structure of their experience. Meta model strategy. The key points are to maintain rapport with the person throughout, listen to what they say, based on what they are saying and doing, ask yourself the question, what has to be true in this person's map of the world or experience for the situation to make sense, for what they're saying makes sense. Ask yourself, well, what's missing to restore the deletions? What is being limited? What does not fit in with the situation? And what is being assumed or imagined? So basically we're unraveling, we're filling the gaps in the deletions are, we're unraveling the distortions and challenging generalizations. Ask the questions or questions that invite the person to pay attention to those areas which are most powerfully support their outcome. And the key is, what we want to do is basically get an insight into a deep level where we communicate through surface structure and deep level, so we can unravel various deletions, restore, help with distortions, and also challenge generalizations in a way that we can help achieve a more positive outcome. And the key is really, when we begin the exercise, we've got a present state and a desired state of mind, and we've got an outcome we've got in mind. So at the moment, Maria, what would you say your present state is?
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
Yes.
So okay. So we went for, let's say, in relation to the exercise, what would you want to, what are you aiming to achieve? So where would you be? Where would?
Well, I'm looking to set up in business and run workshops.
Okay.
So I need clarity there and to be focused.
Okay, so your present state at the moment is you feel that you need clarity and focus to achieve these workshops. Okay, where would you say you are at the moment in terms of achieving this clarity?
It's quite new to me.
Okay,
so
sure.
I suppose the rating's probably about 5 or 6.
Okay. Okay, and where would you like to be mind-wise?
Oh, we'd like to be a 9 or a 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what would that give you if it could be a 9 or a 10?
It would give me the sense of self-confidence to move forward and achieve more goals and create my self-esteem. I'll be reassured, and it will encourage me to look beyond the goal. There'll be new goals on the horizon.
Okay.
Expansion.
Okay. What sort of goals?
Yeah. Well, I used to be thinking of one-to-one dealing with clients and helping people with problems and solutions, but I find that what's being drawn to me is working in bigger numbers of people. Weight management is one area where I find there's more issues than just dealing with weight, and I'm finding groups of 5, 10, 15 people at a time are interested, and that's quite a new venture for me to think like that.
Okay. Okay. And how would you implement these?
I'm looking to structuring my own, or working with a team and structuring leaflets and information, giving some science research to the people, as well as guiding them as to the type of foods they're eating and the physical input or output of expenditure of calories, and just matching things up for them. It's quite a new idea for me.
Okay, so you've got this new idea.
It is.
And the new idea comes from working with individuals.
Yes.
And now you're thinking of expanding and working with a group
Yes.
around the weight.
I'm finding that as I'm putting myself out as a hypnotherapist, recently qualified, people are asking me about those particular problems.
Okay.
Listening to the people I'm attracting.
Okay. So for a variety of people have been asking you about the weight, the area of weight management or losing weight, and you feel that what you could do is to work with a large group in adverse to a one-to-one. And how do you feel about the transition from going from a one-to-one to a large group? It's
exciting, and it's being able to meet everyone's learning needs and being aware of what conditions they've got apart from weight. There could be other medical conditions or psychological conditions. Many people have tried weights and probably lost and yo-yoed. So it's the whole package, it's the whole life, life balance really.
Okay. And how do you feel you can help people in the areas that you mentioned?
I feel with my my new structured way of thinking, with the hypnotherapy and NLP, the vocabulary, being much more aware of how people learn with the visual, auditory and kinesthetic. It's just given me a whole range of tools to bring together that I can, I feel confident to be able to address a variety of people.
Brilliant. So you feel from doing your one-to-one work and through learning various aspects of the hypnotherapy and NLP, now you've developed and feel confident about a process where you can work with more people. And how will that benefit, what do you think the benefits will be in working with more people in adverse to one person?
It seems that out in society there's a greater number of people with weight management problems.
Yeah.
And there's many people who've tried a variety of recognised patterns, and they don't really consider them too successful. They're on this of trying to lose the weight. And with in-depth conversation with scientists and people generally, and through my coursework, cortisol doesn't seem to get mentioned very much, which is a chemical in the blood. We're talking sugars, fats and salts within dietary foods. We're looking at lifestyles. Everybody's too busy to exercise or having the motivation to maintain an exercise program. So there's quite a big package out there.
Okay. So you've gone from doing the one-to-one work and you've got this idea of working with groups of people, and there was a little bit of apprehension in terms of what you would do and how you would structure it. We've explored a little bit and we've used the meta model to utilise deep structured communication, and by doing that you've come up with some really interesting points about what you could do and how you would go implementing it. Do you feel at this point now you're a little bit more clearer just in this brief conversation about what you could do?
I do, yes. In working with individuals, there are many varieties. That's why I feel confident in being able to address 5, 10, 15 people at one time.
Okay, and how would you address these 5, 10, 15 people at one time?
It would be a generalised package initially with doing weight checks and where they're at this moment in time. I quite like the now and the future, and to be able to see people have a goal in the future and then come back to now and go through their capabilities and beliefs of themselves.
Okay.
And discover a bit more there.
Fantastic. So really, the apprehension that you described, that surface structure, was just a question of being able to go a little bit deeper and for you to find a structure in your own mind as to how you would approach and take the individual approach to a group of people. So by doing the meta model, we've been able to establish a much clearer indication and process of how you'd approach these 5, 10, 15 people. So the apprehension really was, when we went into deep structured communication, was more down to developing a structure, how to transfer from one person to more people, and it seems a lot clearer than what we did initially, the initial apprehension. So now we have a structure. So that's the power of the meta model. We can use the meta model to chunk down and find out what's going on. Sometimes what we can do, when we speak to someone on an individual basis, what will happen, they'll tell us a little bit about the situation, yet what we can do is we can delve a little bit more deeper, because people tend to delete. Say for example, someone might tell you, I'm going to the shop, a lot of information deleted. What shop? Where are you going? You know, They might generalise. All people behave in a certain way, or they might distort information as well. They might, and we want to unravel that and unpick that to find out what exactly is going on in their mind.
Yes.
And by doing that, we have a really powerful process to work on. We can help people achieve a more specific desired outcome. And what we can do is we can also challenge people's